Hi, my name's Turner Fry,
My name's Jackson De La Cerda.
and this is our automatic feeder solution. Our problem statement for the automatic feeder was to bridge the two gaps of residential feeders and commercial feeders. A lot of commercial feeders on the market offer everything you want, such as pre-programmed feeding and feed tracking, and they also have high capacity, while most residential feeders are free-flowing mechanisms and require a lot of maintenance. Our goal as a team was to bridge these two ideas.
Perfect. So our original idea was to do something that we could have both durable enough to be outdoor and indoor. Our original plan was to have something be about 3 feet by 3 feet. Due to some of the size constraints we had in Labriola, we could only print our prototype so large. But the idea is that it's automated with the remote. But there's also an internal clock, so you can set the internal clock to trigger it to dispense food at any given time. You can also just auto trigger it to dispense food whenever you want. The goal is to have it be able to hold enough food to feed a couple large animals for a couple days, be an alternative to boarding. And on the market right now, there's a lot of attachments that you can use to just split these into different bowls and whatnot. So we would go in for something that would fit a lot of those attachments as well.
Yeah. So getting into how the prototype works, up in the top right, we have our wiring diagram, which is controlled by a DC motor, IR remote, and IR sensor. So as you trigger something on the IR remote, it'll read the code and the DC motor will activate. So inside our loop, we have our switch cases. So each function is a different case. So in function 1, that's turning the motor on, and then it will run through our stop function, and then for these cases is increasing or decreasing the amount of time that the motor spins. Above this case, we also have our conditions that will limit the amount of time to under 10 seconds or above 1 second. In our stop motor function, we just have our cases that will turn it off, and then in our twice a day function, which turns on the motor every 12 hours, is more code on how that works. So for the remote functionality, our power button will turn it on for a set amount of time as varying upon the up and down conditions, which will be plus 1 second or minus 1 second. The function stop button activates the twice a day function that will run the motor and feed animals every 12 hours. This concludes our presentation. Thank you.